Welcome, brave souls, to our channel, where we dive deep into the shadows of the unknown. Have you ever found yourself at a crossroads, faced with a choice that could change everything? What if that choice led you to a deal with a demon? Tonight, we'll explore a chilling tale about a fateful encounter with a crossroad demon, a high-stakes coin flip, and a man who defied the odds. In a world where fate hangs by a thread, we'll uncover the secrets of a wager that promised everything but could have cost a soul. Can one fleeting moment change the trajectory of our lives forever? Join me as we unravel the story of I lost a coin flip game against a crossroad demon, and now my soul will go to hell. 2 dark web stories. But be warned, this isn't just a tale of despair. It's also a story of triumph, resilience, and unexpected fortune. So, buckle up as we take a thrilling ride into the heart of darkness and emerge into the light. Are you ready to face your fears? Let's get started. It all started on an unremarkable Tuesday evening. I found myself scrolling through the dark web, a guilty pleasure that allowed me to escape from the mundanity of life. As I navigated through obscure threads and disturbing stories, one particular post caught my eye. Coin flip games with crossroad demons. My curiosity piqued. I clicked on it. The thread described the legend of a demon who awaited at a rural crossroads, offering a dangerous game of chance. The rules were simple. Flip a coin, and if you guessed correctly, your wildest wish would come true. But if you lost, your soul would belong to the demon forever. What a ridiculous concept, I muttered to myself. But despite the absurdity, I couldn't shake the idea. I glanced at the stack of bills piled high on my desk, a familiar anxiety knotting my stomach. I could really use a miracle right now. As I read more stories of people who had participated in this macabre game, some had won unimaginable wealth, while others had suffered grave consequences. Each tale pulled me further in, igniting a reckless curiosity within me. What would I wish for if I had the chance? Determined to find out, I decided to visit the crossroads that very night. The site was just a short drive away, an intersection known for its eerie occurrences and ghostly legends. The car's headlights sliced through the darkness as I drove, my heart racing with anticipation and trepidation. Upon arriving, I parked my car and stepped out, feeling a chill in the air. The moon illuminated the deserted road, and an unsettling silence enveloped me. Gathering my courage, I approached the center of the crossroad, clutching a quarter tightly in my hand. "I wish for wealth," I declared, my voice wavering slightly in the stillness. "Enough to pay off my debts and live comfortably." Just as the last word left my lips, the atmosphere shifted. The air grew colder, and I felt an ominous presence behind me. Turning slowly, I was met by a tall, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes. "Welcome, mortal," the demon said, his voice smooth yet laced with malice. "I am here to grant you your wish." "Let's just get this over with," I stammered, suddenly aware of the gravity of the situation. He extended a skeletal hand toward me. "Flip the coin, call it in the air. Win, and your wish is granted. Lose, and your soul will belong to me." My palms were clammy as I tossed the quarter into the air. "Heads!" I called, hoping luck was on my side. The coin landed, and I leaned down to see it glinting in the moonlight. My heart dropped. It was tails. "No!" I shouted in disbelief. The demon's grin widened, revealing a mouthful of jagged teeth. "What a pity," he taunted, delight dancing in his eyes. "Your soul is mine." Panic surged through me as I felt the weight of his words. "Wait, there has to be a way out of this," I pleaded, desperation clawing at my throat. The demon leaned closer, his icy breath chilling my skin. "You're already bound to this fate, but perhaps we can make it more interesting. Let's play another game." "What kind of game?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "A game of riddles," he proposed, his eyes glinting with mischief. "Win, and I'll release your soul and grant you your wish. Lose, and you'll not only lose your soul, but also suffer the depths of hell." With my heart racing, I nodded. "All right, let's do it." "Very well," the demon replied, leaning back with a smirk. What has keys but cannot open locks? A piano, I answered confidently. His eyes narrowed, frustration evident. Next riddle. What has a heart that doesn't beat? An artichoke, I shot back, a grin spreading across my face as I sensed his anger growing. With each riddle I answered correctly, I could see the demon's confidence crumbling. After several rounds, I faced the final question, feeling the thrill of victory close at hand. What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees. Up it goes, and yet never grows. The demon asked, his voice dripping with challenge. A mountain, I answered without hesitation. The demon's expression shifted from amusement to fury as he realized he had lost. You may have won this time, mortal, he hissed, his form beginning to dissipate into shadows. But know that I will always be watching. With a final triumphant roar, the demon vanished, leaving me alone at the crossroads. I stood there, breathless and exhilarated, disbelief washing over me. I had defeated a crossroad demon and reclaimed my freedom. In the days that followed, I found myself changed. The darkness that had loomed over me was gone, replaced by an exhilarating sense of possibility. The demon's words lingered in my mind, a reminder of the danger I had narrowly escaped. But more than that, I was filled with an overwhelming sense of luck. Soon after my encounter with the demon, I found a forgotten lottery ticket buried in my wallet. On a whim, I decided to check the numbers, my heart racing as I read them out loud. It was a match, every single one. I had won a life-changing amount of money. As the reality of my fortune settled in, I realized my wish had been granted in an unexpected way. With newfound wealth, I paid off my debts and began living the life I had only dreamed of. I bought a modest house, indulged in travel, and even treated my family to experiences we had never been able to afford. Word of my luck spread, and people began asking about the secret to my success. I found myself on social media, sharing my story of the demon and the coin flip. To my surprise, I became something of an internet sensation. People loved the idea of a regular guy defeating a demon and turning his life around. I was invited to podcasts and shows to recount my tale, and my followers grew exponentially. But as my life flourished, a small seed of unease remained buried in my mind. The demon had warned me he would be watching, and even as I basked in my good fortune, I felt the faint chill of his presence lurking in the corners of my life. I dismissed it as paranoia, convinced that I had outsmarted him for good. One night, while attending a lavish party in celebration of my newfound wealth, I found myself in a conversation with a stranger. You know, luck is a funny thing, the stranger said, a sly smile playing on his lips. Some say it comes at a price. What do you mean? I asked, intrigued. He leaned closer, his voice low. Be careful. Crossroad demons don't forget their games. They always come back to collect what's theirs. A chill ran down my spine as the words echoed in my mind. I excused myself from the conversation, scanning the room for a hint of shadows or glowing red eyes. But nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Over the following weeks, strange occurrences began to plague my life. I'd find objects misplaced, shadows flickering just out of sight, and an unsettling sense of dread creeping into my thoughts. It was as if the demon was always one step behind me, watching, waiting for the right moment to strike. Determined not to let fear control me, I resolved to confront my past once more. Armed with the knowledge I had gained from my encounter, I returned to the crossroads where it had all begun. The moon hung high in the sky, illuminating the deserted road. I stood in the center of the crossroad, heart pounding, and called out into the darkness. I'm here. If you want to settle the score, then let's finish this. For a moment, silence enveloped me. Then, with a chilling wind, the demon materialized before me, his red eyes gleaming with delight. Ah, mortal, back for another game? You seem to have forgotten your place. I haven't forgotten anything, I declared, my voice firm. I won the last game. You have no claim over me. The demon chuckled, a sinister sound that sent chills down my spine. Ah, but you see, Every win comes with a cost. You've enjoyed your fortune, haven't you? All that wealth comes from the shadows, and now it is time to pay. I swallowed hard, feeling the weight of his words. What do you want from me? A simple wager, he said, his smile widening. Let us play once more. A game of riddles. Win, and you keep your fortune. Lose, and your soul will be mine, along with all the riches you have gained. I steeled myself, realizing that this was my chance to outsmart the demon once more. Let's do it. Very well, he replied, his eyes gleaming with anticipation. What has a heart that doesn't beat? An artichoke, I answered confidently. His smile faltered, frustration creeping into his demeanor. Next, what is so fragile that saying its name breaks it? Silence, I shot back, emboldened by my previous victories. The riddles continued, and with each one I answered correctly. The demon's fury became more palpable. As I reached the final question, I could feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins. What can travel around the world while staying in a corner? He asked, his voice dripping with menace. A stamp, I replied, feeling triumphant as the demon's expression turned to disbelief. No, this cannot be, he howled, his form flickering as if he were about to dissipate into the ether. You have lost, demon, I declared, exhilaration flooding through me. I keep my soul and my fortune. The demon's form twisted in anger, and with a final roar, he vanished, leaving me alone once more at the crossroads. I had defeated him again. Epilogue. A new dawn. Returning to my life, I felt a sense of relief wash over me. The shadows that had haunted me faded, and with every day, the anxiety lessened. I learned to enjoy my wealth, travel, and share my story, but with a newfound wisdom. I had faced the darkness and emerged victorious, not just against a demon, but against my own fears and limitations. The experiences changed me. I became a mentor for others seeking to navigate their struggles, often drawing parallels between their challenges and my own encounter with the demon. In time, I learned that wealth was not merely a means to an end, but a tool for growth and connection. I began to invest in my community, creating opportunities for others to thrive. Each act of kindness felt like a defiance against the darkness that once threatened to consume me. I never forgot the demon or the price of my fortune, but I learned to live without fear. The crossroads remained a significant part of my journey, a reminder of the choices I had made and the power I held to change my destiny. I had faced the ultimate gamble and emerged not just as a victor, but as someone who understood the delicate balance between darkness and light. And so, life went on, richer and fuller than I had ever imagined, as I embraced both my fortune and the lessons learned from the shadows. Thank you for joining me on this thrilling journey into the supernatural. I hope you enjoyed the twists and turns of this story, from a fateful coin flip with a crossroad demon to the ultimate victory over darkness. Remember, the choices we make shape our destinies, and sometimes facing our fears can lead to incredible transformations. If you found this story captivating, don't forget to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing your feedback and stories, so let's keep the conversation going. And if you want to dive deeper into the world of dark web mysteries, supernatural tales, and thrilling narratives, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Join our growing community of curious minds and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the unknown.